tubular as always. So we're going to cleanse first, and then we'll get down to business tonight. There's been a lot going on this week. This is why I have not been on live. I thought that I should come on and share, because this may save somebody else's life. So, and that is what our job is here on this earth, is to save as many lives as we possibly can. No matter how deep it may hurt us, sharing of the experience may, I don't know, it may help somebody else. Hello guys. Let me get into the chat room so I can halfway see what's going on before we start. Maybe. The day you decide to do is your lucky day. So the day that we decide to take action on the things that we need to take action on is our lucky day. Because when we're stuck in a stagnant place, we get nowhere. We get nowhere. But what has happened in the past week? So, I just want to say this by first and foremost. I love Charles. I always have, I always will. He decided to take his life. Did I try to change this choice for him? Yes, I did. But you cannot change something if somebody does not want it changed. He's been fighting this battle for over a year. Like, we were good for a little while, for like 6 months. And then he started being depressed again, and in his head, and no matter how much love was shown to him, like, his 6 beautiful grandbabies, 6, and 4 beautiful children, and I loved him with all my heart, all my being. So even with all that love, like, he couldn't see past his own pain. He couldn't see past his own heartache. And when I tell you all, you need to be open with your heart chakra, this is what I mean. Because when your heart chakra is so closed off like that, you think that there is no other way. You think there is no other way, and there is. You just might have to do a little work. Allow the people who are in your life, allow them to help you. Allow them to love you. We all spent hours with him on the phone that day. Pretty much every single one of us. But he made sure that he was far enough away from home that he could not be reached by any of us. So when somebody's mind is made up like that, they're going to do what they want to do, and that is their free will. Unfortunately, that is their free will. And us, as other human beings, have to accept that free will, even though we don't want to. Um, will it be difficult for me to get through this situation? Yes, yes, it will. But I understand that he's no longer in pain like he was. He's no longer lonely in a room full of people who love him. Um, and me being who I am, do I know that I'll see him again? Yes. Yes, I do. Because he's just that ornery. Um, like, I see things differently than what the normal person does. Like, you have to look at things as we all have a certain destiny to take a hold of. And if that is part of our destiny, as sad as it may be, that is some people's contract. I'll get flagged for this one because I forgot to turn my music down. But that is the end of some people's contract. That is written in what they came here to do. Like, they came here to teach other people a lesson. In the short span time that we got to be together and love each other, the moments that were like the moments that he was him, he was freaking awesome. And he showed me what love, like, to myself could be. So, with all of us doing everything that we could do, this should be a sign to people who think that there is no other way. There is. There's therapy. There is your friends, your family, your loved ones. If you're watching this video, there's an email in the information box. There is always hope and there is always another way. So please don't feel hopeless and please don't be so lonely that you think that there is no other way out. We always have to make peace with ourselves or we cannot be at peace with the world around us. So please know that. Please make peace with yourself. Please love yourself. Love yourself enough to get that help. Because your loved ones what the fuck was that? Yes, we are all here. Every single one of us. So please, if you need assistance of any kind, please get it. Please love yourself enough to get it. And please give it time to help you. Like you've really got to stand for yourself. And loving yourself is a big deal. Loving yourself. All of you. Every single minute, right down to the hair on your toes. Every single bit of you. This has been the most difficult situation that I've had to go through in a good minute. A good minute. But I have things that have to be done. Like, you have to remember that when something like this happens, that life doesn't stop, and you have to keep moving forward. Through grief is action. C.S. Lewis. So in order to get through the grief, you must take action. As hard as it may be, and as difficult as it may seem, you have to put on your smile. You have to take a shower. Because when you smile, the world smiles back at you, even in your darkest days. You don't always need to plan. Sometimes you just need to trust. So, when things like this happen, you don't always plan everything. You just have to trust in the universe and know that the universe has your back. And know that the universe will take you where you need to go. It will show you your next step. Don't allow anybody to tell you how to grieve if you're in this situation. Don't allow anybody to don't allow anybody to make you feel some kind of way. Don't allow them to blame you for the other person's choices, because it's not your fault. Because the person that committed suicide on their own. That was their choice, not yours. That was theirs. We must be willing to let go the life we plan so that we can have the life that is awaiting for us. Joseph Campbell. So sometimes life don't go the way we planned. And they say there's always a higher reason for everything. Maybe the awareness of the suicide awareness, to bring awareness to suicide, especially in truckers. Because they live a life of solitude pretty much. And when you live a life of solitude, it makes you lonely. There are no accidents. There is only some purpose that we have not understood yet. Deepak Chakra. So, even with this situation, there's a purpose. We just don't understand it yet. Surround yourself with loving and supportive people at this time, if you are in this kind of situation. Accept the love from other people. Accept the support from other people. It'll only make things easier if you accept the love and support from the people around you. Don't push them away. No, it is not easy. It's not easy for anybody in that situation. So, I don't know. Just if you are offered help, please take it if you are feeling suicidal. Because there's always a way to make your life better. And you don't have to be, and this is prime example of, you don't have to be at the bottom of the totem pole in order to commit suicide. The man had everything he wanted. A loving family. Beautiful grandchildren, beautiful children. 4 beautiful children, 6 beautiful grandchildren. A significant other that loved him. But he just couldn't get past his own trauma and his own grief. Because he had no hope. He had lost all hope. Hope is faith holding its hand out in the dark to lead you to the light. Please take it. And when something like this happens to you, if you're on the other end of the person committing suicide, You have to have a can't stop, won't stop attitude. You got to have that. I always tell you guys the only disability in this world is a bad attitude. And I'm not lying. Because a bad attitude toward life will get you nothing but a bad attitude back from life. I hope that makes sense. Don't allow anybody to tell you that you don't have the right to be angry or the right to be disappointed, upset. Every single one of those feelings are valid feelings. Every single one of them. You have to be able to address each and every one of those feelings. Try not to do it all at once because that gets pretty overwhelming. But you have to address every single one of those feelings. It may look like I'm dealing with all this pretty well, and for the most part, I am, comparative to what the normal person does. Simply, I deal with it because I simply know that I will see him again while I'm here. So, and that's how I'm dealing with it, pretty much, at this point. But for a normal person, know that they are always there. That they now have become one of your ancestors. They now have become your guide. One of your helpers. Look for your signs that they're there. That keeps you close to them. Always remember the good things. Don't remember the bad things. Don't remember the bad conversations. Always remember the good conversations and the good memories. Always remember the love that was shown between the two of you. Always. I normally don't do things like this. I'm normally not a public person, but it was made pretty public. So I needed to address it, and I needed to address it quickly. And like I said in the beginning, that this brings awareness, suicide awareness, to the trucking community, which I hope it really does, then that was the purpose. It's how I gotta look at it. Do I want him here? I want him here more than ever. But that is selfish of me to want that. So, there's all kinds of emotions, all kinds of feelings that you're going to go through. Address every single one of them and know every single one of them are valid. Every single one of them are valid. Don't close your heart chakra off. Allow the love and support around you to help you get through this. Because that is what will help you make it through this. Remember that you're never alone. And that you always have it. Remember that. And please, if you need to get help, please get help. If you don't feel like you can talk to anybody in a mental health type of way, email me. I'm by nowhere near being a psychiatrist or therapist or any of that stuff. But I have the experience with grief. All kinds of grief all my life. So, I can listen. And I can give you some advice. I can give you directions to help get you the help that you may need. Because sometimes we just need that one person. Especially if you're reaching out for help. Like, and this is another thing. Sometimes you don't know a person needs help until it's too late. Because you may think that everything may be all right and fine and hunky-dory, and then the next thing you know, you're getting that phone call. Or you're looking online and you're seeing a post. So remember that not all people show signs of being that way. They may hide it real well. So always check on your people. Always know that, always tell them that you love them. Because tomorrow is never promised. So, I just wanted to address this situation because in a situation like this, people are supposed to have compassion, kindness, loving, and understanding for one another. But that's not how it's been. So, If you don't know the situation, don't put your 2 cents in, because you may escalate the situation into a further spiral downfall for the survivors. Because you don't know what the survivors are, you don't know the situation. And if that's the case, then just keep your trap shut. Have loving kindness and compassion for the person that it happened to, instead of trying to lay blame on somebody when you don't even know the circumstances or situation. Sometimes some things are just meant to happen, whether we want them to freaking happen or not. But you have to try not to let that derail you. You have to try to stay focused. You have to try to stay grounded and reality focused. Because the world doesn't stop when something like this happens. You have to keep going. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. But that's facts. You have to dust yourself off, and you have to realign yourself. You have to compose yourself. And then you got to make a plan on how you're going to move forward. You have to make a plan on how you are going to move forward. And like I said, I'm not a therapist or anything like that. I'm just talking from experience right now. Because the longer you sit without a plan, the more off-focused you're going to get. The more off the way that you should be going and moving forward you're going to get. So you have to buckle your brain down. Address all of your emotions. Some of them may not come for a little while. But when it comes, address the emotion then. Right then and right there. So that you may release it. Because when you have pent up emotions, shit can get real hairy. Real fast. Have open communication with each other. Please. You may don't feel like it's your fault. You may like People may try to blame you. You may try to blame yourself. But don't do that to yourself. Because it's not your fault for another person's choice. And when they make it quite clear that they don't want help, and you can't help, and they're so far away that you can't help them, do the necessary steps that you know to do if you know where they're at. Call the police. Have a wellness check done. And that is it. That is all you can do at that time. Like, especially when you're 8 hours away. All you can do is hope that your words make a difference over the phone. But if somebody's mind is set and made up, that is not your fault. Not your fault. Not. And in a time like this, keeping yourself aligned and open is most important. Most important. You must stay resilient, consistent, and take action on what you were doing before it happened. You must continue to do that. You do not stop. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Do not stop. Because that will keep you moving ahead, moving forward with yourself. That will take you on your road to grieving and releasing what you need to release from the situation. Will it be difficult? I ain't telling you it's going to be easy, because it ain't. It's going to be difficult as crap. But you still have to do it. You have to have that self-will and that self-determination. If you don't do nothing but get up out of your bed and take a shower and make your bed, that's a goal. That's a goal. You have to make yourself be productive in a situation like this. You have to carry on with what you were doing. Hello, I think it's Joycey. Hello, dear. Tonight we are just having a chit chat on mental health and suicide awareness. Now, tomorrow night, I will be live to do a reading, I do believe. Because, like I said, we have to keep going in these kinds of situations. We have to. So keep yourself aligned. Keep your protections up. Keep your prayers up. And know that your angels and guides have you and will guide you in the right direction. They will guide you in the way that you need to go next. Just listen to the guidance. And remember to lift each other up. Don't tear each other down. We all should be lifting each other up, no matter the circumstances, no matter the situation. Your heart will know what is right for you to do when the time comes. Don't make impulsive decisions at a time like this. And try not to cause too much of a ruckus in times like this. Try to keep a level head is what I'm trying to tell you. When I say don't cause too much of a ruckus, I'm trying to tell you to keep a level head. Because some people just don't understand the magnitude of the situation. They just don't. They just don't. They just don't. And even though you may look calm, cool, and collected on the outside, your inside may be screaming at you. But if you just keep moving forward, if you just keep moving forward, that's all you need to do. Sorry, I was trying to read the 44 on the phone. 4410 on the phone. What? So, end of cycles. End of cycles. A spiritual awakening. Enlightenment. Being in line. Aligned. In line. Somebody might be getting in line. I don't know. I know I have 44 somewhere. Anywho. Too many cards. I got too many cards. See, I got my notifications turned off right now, so. So that could be a little serious. Do the things that you believe in the name of love, and know that you aren't alone. So know that you aren't alone and do the things, do them all in the name of love. Do everything in the name of love. Because love conquers all. Love conquers all. Or at least we hope it can. Or we hope it does. Sometimes some people are just too closed off to it. So don't close yourself off to love. Be open to receive love. Please be open to receive love. Please don't shut your heart chakra down. Keep it open. Allow the people around you to love you, support you, help you in this time, in your time. So I am going to try to be on here tomorrow for an actual reading. And probably some messages. Some channeled messages. Some downloads. Because I have a few now, but I just... But you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep doing what you were doing before it happened. Because even though that person ended their life, your life has not ended. You have to keep going. As much as you may not want to at times, you have to keep going. And please address every emotion that you have. Do not bottle it up. Do not suppress it. Address it and release it. Because when you address it and release it, that is you healing yourself. If you don't address it and you keep it suppressed, it's just going to keep festering, and it's going to be like a splinter, and it's going to fester until the little splinter explodes out the freaking end of it, and it's all nasty. That's the best way I can describe it. Boy, you can tell I'm a country girl, huh? You have to find things to laugh about. You have to. Because if you don't, you're going to drive yourself crazy. And laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine for anything. For anything. Oh, people are like, oh, it's not appropriate to laugh in a situation like this. No, quite the opposite. It is appropriate to laugh. You need to remember all the good things, not what is going on in the situation. You need to laugh about all the silly things. You need to laugh about all the good things. You need to laugh about silly things that were said, silly things that were done. Laugh. Remember those good things. Because when you remember, that person never is gone. That person is never gone as long as you remember. Okay, my lovely lovelies. I just wanted to address this situation before it got any more out of control. And people keep trying to blame me for stuff that I had no control over because of their ignorance. This is why I'm telling you, if this has happened to you or happens, know that it is not your fault. Because you can only try to help somebody. They have to be willing to accept it. And as long as you try to help them to the best of your ability, and you do everything that you know that you can do, and you try to get them the help that they need, if they don't take it, then that is their choice. Their choice. See, baby will even tell you that's right. It's their choice. They have to be willing to take that help. They have to be willing to take the love that you give them. So please, have your heart chakra open. Allow people to love you. Allow people to help you. Allow people to support you. Because the right people will want nothing from you but your love. So keep that in mind. Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. So, you may have to recreate yourself. Do it. Don't allow anybody to stand in your way, because that's how they think that you should be. It's all on your own individual time. You grieve on your own individual time. So do that. And don't allow anybody to tell you any different. Love yourself always and first and foremost. Pour into your own cup so that you may properly pour into somebody else's. And as long as you do that and you know that that is what you're doing, then you have nothing in your heart to worry about. So love yourself, be yourself, and create who you want to be. Always have hope, and do not allow others' choices to derail you, to stop you from moving forward for yourself. Like, you may not understand it, but it's not for us to understand. What we do, as the survivors need to do is pick ourselves up and carry on. Continue. Don't stop, won't stop. That's what you need to be doing. Life is too short to just throw it away. Make the best of every moment, every second of every day. Make every day the best day ever. Make every moment the best day ever. And know that showing love and compassion to people is not a bad thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Some people just don't, I guess, know how to. They just have to be ignorant. So remember that. Some people just have to be ignorant. Why? I have no idea. But that is the case. So don't allow what other people say after the situation happens to affect you in any way. And if you need help, if you are suicidal, please get help. Please talk to somebody. Somebody will listen. Somebody will know how to get you the help that you need if you need professional help. Like I said, if you're watching this video and you're having issues, email me. I will be putting the hotline, the suicide hotline, in the information box down below. If you need it, use it, please. Coming from a survivor who has had somebody commit suicide. So I love you guys. And I hope brings some awareness to the situation. I'm sending you all love and light. Till tomorrow. Namaste. Peace out.